And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with another episode of this freaking show. The weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I am your host, Travis D, and with me, as always,
Awkward Colin.
And Geekcast Joe.
Well, I decided that today's show is going to kind of help. I think it's going to be kind of a therapy thing for me today. I kind of want to get kind of like in depth, kind of touch base about old relationships, first dates, and stuff like that. Does that work for you guys? I mean, yeah, good. We're good.
Yeah,
Works for me.
Anyone else want to talk about on this show? Anybody else can speak up here.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I'm knuckle deep in a paper about creation theology, and I don't think we want to talk about that today.
I like the phrase knuckle deep.
I thought you'd like it.
Perfect.
I thought it fits the theme.
Awesome. So yeah, I just just been a lot of like talk about dating and stuff lately in my life, and I kind of just want to do a quick reminisce about my past, but also want to talk about your guys' past. I mean, obviously so far, Joey, you're married, so dating went well for you.
It did.
Me and Colin are two single dudes who apparently we're not doing something right, but before we get into that, a quick thing that popped up today that I didn't hear about until just now. Sinead O'Connor was missing in Chicago.
Yeah, down in Wilmette.
Yeah, what the fuck was what was that? I saw an article saying that like she went for a bike ride at like 6 a.m. yesterday, and they found her today in a hotel.
Yeah, she's alive and well.
She just got tired.
Or as well as can be expected, I suppose. But yeah, no, she just left, I guess. I don't know. It was... I think a lot of people are assuming that it ties to the suicidal concerns that she had last November. So, I don't know. Or they're connecting it to the $5 million lawsuit from Arsenio Hall against her.
Oh, about what she's saying that Hall supplied drugs to Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's weird too because like she actually, she's popular for that song "Nothing Compares to You," which was written by Prince.
Right.
So I assume like maybe it was like his death maybe had some kind of connection to it, but I didn't really think about it being. I didn't know anything about the whole Arsenio Hall thing because I don't watch a lot of news, especially the whole talk around Prince and everything. I really didn't find interesting.
Yep.
But when I heard about that, I mean that made sense. But I just thought maybe it was a depression thing.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too, but I really don't. I didn't even know who Sinead O'Connor was until today. So,
did you ever hear the song "Nothing Compares to You"?
I've listened to the radio before, so I'm sure I've heard it, but I wouldn't be able to pick it out of a lineup.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to the radio back in the mid '90s, yeah, absolutely, you would hear it.
Yeah. So, but I have no idea. I honestly don't know. So, did you hear about the? Not to completely jump the shark to something else, but do you hear about the people who tried to rescue the baby bison out by Yellowstone?
Yeah, actually, Colin mentioned that to me.
Well, they had to euthanize it because these idiots decided that it looked cold, so they needed to rescue it. And in rescuing it, the I don't know if it's the smell of people or like the fact that it was away from its mother for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. It was rejected by its mother, and so I guess they can't just take care of bison calves. I don't understand that, but for whatever reason, they had to put it down for that because it couldn't rejoin the herd.
Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, like I said, Colin mentioned it, and like when he first said it, like he's like they had to euthanize a bison because they were found in a trunk of somebody's car. I assumed they were stealing the bison for the meat. That's just delicious. I don't know if you ever had a bison burger, but it's very good.
I think I have, and it is really tasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's also pretty good is uh oh, what the hell was it? I had something I don't know if you would call it an exotic meat or something like that, but I had oh, I can't remember what it is now. Ostrich? I think it was.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was good. I always wanted to try alligator. I just never had the opportunity to do that. I heard it tastes like chicken though.
Yeah, I like alligator. It's like chicken, but it's a little spicier. There's something about it. I don't know what it is.
Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Uh,
So, yeah, we seem to have lost Colin.
yeah, yeah. I was
Uh,
wondering why it was so like not awkward like.
right? Well, it's actually the weird thing is it's actually more awkward without him because he's not like commenting in the background as we're having our discussion about bison meat and
Right.
alligator tail.
Right.
So,
Well, I'm. You know what? We'll do this. What is this? Um, I'm gonna do what Colin would have done if he was on the on the show. Eventually, he'll probably pop back in. But mention that to me again about the bison in the truck, and I'm gonna do my best awkward impression.
hey, did you hear about those idiots who tried to rescue a baby bison out by Yellowstone?
Yeah, them fucking morons.
That's perfect. That's exactly what he would have said.
Yeah. Oh shit! What the fuck happened to Colin? Oh
He's
man.
having a voice over IP fail.
Oh man. Well,
I'm gonna tell him to fix it. Like literally, that's what I just sent.
I don't know.
I'm very helpful.
Yeah. Well, he'll pop back up. He'll eventually get back on. I think if he just refreshes it, he'll be good. But anyways, um, so I don't know. I want to get off my chest real quick, and it was just I have no idea where I was going with this. There was something I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it is. There's so much shit that I want to talk about right now. You know.
Let it out, man.
Yeah. Um. One thing that's been bugging me, and it hasn't like bugged me to the point where like my life stopped moving forward. I mean, obviously I live life every day, but something that was bugging me that happened about a month ago. It had to do with that. What the fuck is that name of that podcast that like badmouthed us but did it like poorly?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It's their name's not even important. But I mean that bugged me.
Yeah.
Cause I still and like maybe it's because I'm an idiot, but like I still don't know if they just used us as like a topic to have an entertaining show, or if they just really wanted just to badmouth us.
I think we were just one of the topics on their show that day.
Yeah. Well, they called me a divinity student. I mean, they don't even know who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not me.
Yeah. Well, I think they completely misread the bios on our show page.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which I think I've since corrected to be clearer, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. I all I know is that they were wrong, and it's just like, and like it would have been like one thing if they did it, like the one time and like forgot and moved on, but they like brought it up like two or three times over like the span of like a month.
Oh, did they really?
Oh, the same as the shit. Like we like they posted on Twitter, used our was a handle or whatever the hell it's called to promote that one episode like four times. And like every time I went to it, see like maybe if they made the corrections like after we kind of talked about it and everything, same exact shit, nothing changed.
Ugh.
You know, and it's goofy. But I mean, overall, it was a good show. I mean, I listened to it and like it wasn't we weren't the only ones he was bad mouthing,
Right.
but it's like he bad mouthed us, but he did a poor job at getting his facts straight about it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. If you're gonna, you know, call someone out for something, you better call them out for the right things.
Right? Yeah. And it's like he's sitting there like saying like we're being anonymous and we're hiding and everything. It's like I'm sorry, but when you have a guy named Geekcash Joe, Awkward Colin, and Travis T, Like, what the fuck are we hiding from? It's like my name's not Carl. My name is, you know, my name is literally Travis. You know,
Right, right,
no,
right. It's not like I'm a divinity student named George who moonlights as Geekcast Joe on the weekends.
yeah, yeah. Or from how you introduced yourself yesterday, Cartoon Joe. So
Right, right.
um,
Ugh.
another thing I wanted to mention because I don't remember if I mentioned it last week, but I did put it on Twitter is that we're found on Stitcher now.
That's right. That's very exciting.
Yeah, so I actually searched it. We are there. I got to listen to a little bit of our last week's show off of Stitcher, just kind of like see how I liked it. I'm still trying to work on. I think SoundCloud. I have us set up there, but I think SoundCloud is what pretty much like Podbean, where you have to link everything, or like upload everything. It doesn't just
I
link your.
think that is the case. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I think we'll be on SoundCloud soon, and I'm also still trying to figure out Google Play Music. To get on there, it's just for some reason I can't get the RSS feed on that right.
Gotcha.
So, but process, it's a progress, right? We're slowly, we're just everywhere now. We're like herpes, just spreading. We're like good herpes, if good herpes existed.
Right, right.
Yeah, like a like a
Totally.
like a pleasant burn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of herpes and pleasant burns, let's get into the topic of dating.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
do that.
is Colin
Can you
here?
hear me?
Colin, did you come back? I can hear you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
I
man.
refreshed the page and came back. So
I don't know. I don't either, but it's okay because I did me and I did
Okay.
you while you were gone. So
You did a really good you.
well, if
Yeah.
well, if I drop out again, well, it's continue that up.
yeah. I threw out a fucking moron because
Batman?
we're talking about the.
Please tell
the
me you're
bison.
talking about Batman.
No, we're talking about the bison
Oh
in the
yeah,
trunk.
fucking idiots.
See, I went
Yeah.
with moron.
Oh, I just saw an article. Apparently, they thought it was cold. Well, they were just trying to help.
It's cold. The bison. Whatever. Fucking people. Oh man, you gotta love morons.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And
We wouldn't have anything to talk about otherwise.
absolutely. Okay, so I just kind of want to talk about like first dates we've gone on. Talk about like relationships, like good sides, bad sides of it. But first, I kind of want to help people that are listening to us get to know us a little better by listing off the 15 greatest first date questions as determined by eHarmony.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know, right? No, don't get too excited because these are the kind of like questions that you ask that you don't get a second date of, and that's just my opinion because I think those are pretty boring.
Okay.
Probably fair.
I'm gonna tell you right now the question "How clean is your pee?"
Oh,
is
okay.
not on this.
Bummer. That
Oh,
was
okay.
the number
I know,
one looked
right?
for one.
That should be the number one question you should always ask: How clean is your pee? So I'm just gonna run through it. Like, we won't spend a lot of time on this, but I'll just run through it real quick. We'll just give our best answers, and then we go and talk about our personal lives for hundreds of people who we don't know.
Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. Question one on the list. Who has been your biggest influence in your life?
Oh boy.
Probably my dad.
Man, most likely J.R.R. Tolkien,
Who?
The writer
the
of the Lord of the
author
Rings.
of the Lord of the Rings. Yep.
Ah.
I had my head in a book more often than I was ever talking to people when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got you. I would probably go with Clint Eastwood.
nice.
Yeah, he's just such a badass, and
He really is.
he slept with so many women. Like, I mean, like so many fucking women. I mean, like he had like girlfriends while married, and they knew. Dude's got like 7 kids. It's nuts. But I think like his last wife, because this dude's like in his 80s, and I think his last wife like turned like 50 during their marriage.
Damn.
I know, like this guy, American hero. I swear to God. All right, cool. So let's go with number 2. Scrolling down here. All right. What kind of things really make you laugh?
Uh,
Oh boy.
there's so much.
Right? Goodness. Oh, people who explain jokes.
Yeah.
There are very few things I find funnier than someone who like tells a bad joke and then explains
Has to
why it's
explain
funny.
it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I would have to go with people impersonating Pokemon.
I think everything
Awesome.
just makes me laugh.
Right? But I'm saying, how do you not laugh if somebody goes up to you and be like, Diglett dig, Diglett dig, trio. I mean, come on now. Right? Funniest thing in the world. Yeah, Colin, you laugh
I
a
laugh
lot.
at everything.
You do laugh a lot. That's good though. I mean, that's a good.
Well, it could
That's a healthy
definitely get you in trouble too.
That's
well,
true.
yeah. I mean, I'm saying like if an old woman falls down a flight of stairs, you know. But
It's like a 20-second joke in the IT crowd. It's just a woman falling down the stairs. So great.
okay. Number 3. What's your favorite place in the entire world?
Ooh. Does it have to be a place you've been?
I have no ideas. I think Joe just like imploded
Possibly.
into himself.
Oh, did I breathe all that right into the mic?
It's all good.
I was suddenly back in Florence watching the sunset over the River Arno and just,
What's the River Arno?
oh. It's the river that flows through Florence. Its name is Arno.
Oh, so like the Assassin's Creed character, Arno.
I did not know that there was an Assassin's Creed
Yes.
character named Arno. But yes. I thought it was Enzo.
Bro, there's lots of them. I think
Oh,
Arno
okay.
is
I don't know.
in United in the latest one that's come out. Yeah.
No idea.
Talking about Assassin's Creed,
You have to
they just
have-
released a movie trailer for it,
Yep.
so I'm excited.
Oh, that's right.
But
Yeah, I think you have to have a next-gen console to play next-gen games.
well, it came out on.
I'm still on the PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, it came out on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could play it on my Mac or something, but who wants to do
Yeah.
that? Where would you guys go?
Well, like I asked, does it have to be somewhere we've been?
I don't think so.
It just says favorite place in the
Well,
world.
I guess I'll have to go with place I've been. I'd have to say Washington. Yes.
State?
Not DC. Fuck DC.
Not only does Colin hate DC Comics, he
I
also
don't
hates
mind
Washington
DC
DC.
Comics. I
Like,
hate
I already made a
fucking
decision for
Batman.
Who doesn't, though? He's so distant.
Honestly, I think my favorite place right now is like just my home, just being here.
Nice.
Yeah, obviously, like, to travel somewhere would be awesome. Like, I like going to Arizona just because it's a dry heat, warmer weather. But right now, it's just being at home, being on the deck. I just got done mowing the yard a couple hours ago, and that was peaceful. So yeah,
I cooked a
just
delicious
home,
dinner
just
tonight.
being here. Colin cooked
Nice.
a
It was
delicious
a Korean
dinner tonight.
style.
Korean.
Nice.
It had noodles.
It wasn't noodles. Yeah, it was
It
rice
was
cakes.
rice. Big ass rice things. They look
Nice.
like it's like packing peanuts, but tastes delicious.
Oh God, sounds good. We had pizza from the local pizza place.
Oh, Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, number 4. Who's your best friend? What do you like about him or her?
Ugh.
Is it wrong to say Travis is my best friend?
No.
No, we know. We know.
Yeah.
You're my best friend, Colin.
I'm gonna feel like the answer is my wife.
Is she standing right there staring at you?
No, she's in another room, probably asleep. Nope, probably watching dog pictures, dog videos, dog
She's
moving
sitting on
pictures.
the couch in the other room, just staring at you in the dark.
I don't even think she's listening, but yes, she is sitting in the dark.
How creepy would that be if you just looked over and she's staring at you?
Eh. I'd assume she was looking at something else or someone else.
I got you. All right, we don't really have to say why. You know, what do we like about him or her? You know, we all like each other for every week. That's cool.
Yep.
Here's I think there's gonna be a tough one for Colin. Actually, I think he may have answered this before, but favorite movie of all
The
time
Crow.
and why?
Oh. Ooh.
So it was easy.
The Crow is my favorite movie of all
Man.
time. I just like the dark side of it and its setting and the storyline. And the characters do an amazing job. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like mine is probably Tombstone with Val Kilmer and the other guys.
I think I saw that one time when I was drunk in Diego Garcia. Yeah, that was that movie.
I think I probably just have to go with Taken.
Nice.
Yeah, I just don't know why, but that's like the one movie I can watch over and over.
Never
and
seen
get
it.
Tired of. Oh, it's so good. I got all 3 of them.
Well, there you go. Isn't there a fourth one?
So very good. No,
No.
not yet. Still probably will be. Liam Neeson is quite
Happy
the
to
man.
keep
Will
banking checks.
the daughter
Yeah.
get kidnapped?
I know. I mean, they killed the wife in the third one, so
Oh.
who knows? So sad. Spoiler for anyone that didn't see the third one, but it's been 2 years, so I'm okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
What's your biggest goal in life right now?
My biggest goal in life right now would be to graduate college.
Yeah. Mine is to graduate seminary.
I want to pay this house off.
Nice. I'm jealous of your goal.
It's a
Yeah.
long goal. 25, 30 years from now, my goal will be achieved. Actually, right now, I found out that I really, I'm at like the 25% quarter way point on paying off my truck. So I mean, I'm excited about that. So
Nice.
yeah. So within the next year, my truck will be paid off. So that's optimism right there. Yeah. What's your favorite way to spend a Saturday?
It just varies for me.
I gotta tell you that if these are the questions I were asked on a date, I wouldn't go on a second one because these are fucking boring.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe with the right person, it'd be interesting. Because if like my answer was to this was, I like to spend my Saturdays base jumping off of tall buildings. That would be a really interesting answer. It's not my answer. I like to read books or go hiking, but
yeah, I like catching up on Netflix
or catching up on drinking.
I like to catch up on sleep.
Yeah,
That was a good way.
yeah.
Ooh.
Pet peeves. What is your
Batman.
pet peeve? Batman.
People who don't communicate their thoughts.
I have like a few pet peeves. One that bothers me the absolute most, and every girlfriend did this before I had a chance to tell them what it is. But if I'm driving and I'm listening to a song or music or whatever it is, and they get like a phone call or something like that, I hate when they turn like the volume all the way down instead of just turning it off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it absolutely bothers me if you turn a song all the way down instead of just turning this thing off. And I guess it's mostly towards like CDs or like the iPod. I mean, obviously with the radio, who gives a shit? But it's like if I'm listening to a song, I want to hear that song. I don't want to be turned all the way down, and I can't hear it. All of a sudden, it's over because now I got to start that shit either all over again or
Yeah.
just let it go. And so
Right.
that's probably my dumbest pet peeve.
It's
There's
a
a couple.
legitimate pet peeve, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple others, but it involves like being naked and shit. So,
That's fair.
uh, what was your family like growing up?
Oh, my family was good.
Pass.
Pass.
I mean, it was fine, but I'm in therapy, so make of that what you will.
Gotcha.
Pass. Oh, shit. Parents got divorced. Mom got remarried. I got like 6 siblings.
We do have just a shitload of siblings.
Yeah. Well, it's like I tell people, it's like, my mom and dad had me, Nick, and Sherry, and then my parents got split. My mom was with somebody. They had a child. They split. My mom got remarried. He had 3 boys. So we were like yours, mine, and some other guys.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I
Yeah.
also have 3 stepbrothers from my mom's second marriage. So there are 10 of us. And
Did you not get that joke?
what joke?
The joke I made. No,
Nope.
fuck it then.
I missed
Hey,
it.
maybe you should
All right.
explain it to us.
Explain it though, because I think that's hilarious.
The movie Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
Oh, yours, mine.
Now I get it.
Come on, you assholes. You're supposed to be movie
Maybe
people.
I have heard of it. I might own it.
You probably do.
I don't.
It
I
would
don't
be
see
in
it.
a variety pack.
Oh, I'm not looking that hard. I'm not gonna lie. I got blankets covering the bottom half, so I see up to overboard, and I'm done. Yeah, Joey. I mean, between us and your mom getting remarried, you got like 9 siblings?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And Colin, you said your life
that's
was
fine.
pretty good, normal. Yeah. What were you like
Pain
as
in
a
the
kid?
ass. Yeah.
Pain in the ass.
Hmm.
Colin was the only person I knew that almost got
Oh,
expelled
fuck
from
yeah, I
junior
did.
high.
It's
Literally,
awesome.
what was it? You're like one like
Had
detention
I
away.
got another
from,
Saturday
like-
school, I would have been expelled.
Jeez. Goodness. I was a very, very bookish butterball turkey.
So you were just fat.
I was fat and I was like serial killer quiet. Like, don't talk to me. I'm
Yeah.
reading a book. What even are friends?
Oh shit. As I got older into like teenage years and all that, I got more personable, more outgoing. And then when you mix alcohol into it, you get a host of a podcast.
It's about right.
Yeah. Yeah. I hated talking to people. I felt that if I didn't have to talk, I didn't want to talk. But then after I got like 12, 13 years old, I started talking a little bit more. And then soon as I turned 16 and so on and so forth. And now I go from being a guy who never wants to talk to being a guy that I want to tell everyone how I feel.
Yep.
So, where we at? We're at number 11. What should I know about you that I never think to ask about?
I don't know.
What should I know about you that I would never think to ask about?
I don't think there's anything.
I've had. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think there is anything.
I have had to relearn euchre 17 times.
What's euchre? It's a card game, isn't it?
It's a card game, yeah. It's a very popular card game in Indiana that I refused to learn how to play. So every time I played it, I had to relearn how to play it because I didn't want to remember how to play it. So I now know how to play it and could, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know. I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty open about everything. Yep, I got nothing. No idea.
yeah, I just figured no one would think to ask how many times I learned how to play euchre. So
Yeah.
that's why I went with that.
Did you or do you have a nickname? What's the story behind it?
Mine's awkward.
How'd that start, Colin?
I set my nutsack on a friend's leg. Pretty much, I just met him, too. And we were at the billiards hall. He was sitting down. I just walked up and set my package on his knee.
Nice.
I've been called awkward ever since.
Man, you actually have a sweatshirt.
I do.
That says it.
From him and his wife.
Yeah. And I think you shaved it into your stomach
I've done a
on
lot.
Halloween one year.
Oh man, that is impossible to top.
Yeah. I mean, I got my nickname Travesty from doing independent professional wrestling. It was supposed to be my ring name whenever I actually got out and like started doing the indie shows and everything, but it never happened. I ended up with just like, doing school training and doing some matches here and there with the kids at the school and shit like that. So Travesty was my wrestling name, and I just kind of kept it.
Yep. I don't even know which one to go with here. Well, my given name is Joseph, so that's where Joe comes from because it's a diminutive of Joseph. And Geekcast refers to my podcast, the Geekcast Live podcast. So there's that. If you called me Cartoon Joe, you probably know my Uncle Tommy, who's not actually my uncle, but that's what I call him, who saw a picture of me as a cartoon once and has called me Cartoon Joe ever since.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah, that's my really exciting story.
All right, 3 more, and then we get into our personal lives. Who is your favorite school teacher or college professor, and why?
My favorite school teacher or college professor?
Yes.
Good one. It's a hard one.
Well, for me, my favorite teacher was my theater teacher in college. I don't remember what her name is, but I took it 3 times, and I had fun every time I did it. And every single year, she did not remember who I was. Which I mean, which is given. I mean, like they get so many kids. The fact that there's one kid who's supposed to take your class once, and I took it 3 times.
Yeah.
But it was fun. She was awesome. There was one year, I think it was the second year. She got a speeding ticket in a construction zone, and she started up a fund to put a little can out on her desk for kids to donate money to her to pay off her ticket.
For really?
Jeez.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
I didn't donate, but I supported her.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, what about you guys?
Ugh.
I
gotta think
I
about it.
can't think of a favorite teacher.
Probably my New Testament professor, Klein Snodgrass,
That is an amazing
who
name.
is right, and he looks like Michael Caine, but he's Southern, so he's like a Southern Michael Caine in the way that his accent is. And he's this guy. He's got to be 6'5", so he's this giant, but he's also like intellectually the smartest person I've ever met in my entire life. So he's just this physical and intellectual giant who is just so sweet and helpful, and an excellent professor, and just really good, really great to take classes with. So
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
Colin, you want
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
pass?
pass because I can't think of one.
Okay. Have you figured out your calling in life? If so, what is it?
My calling in. What kind of question is this?
That is number 14 on the list of the 15 great first date questions by eHarmony.
It's the kind of question that separates the mates from the dates.
Gotcha.
If you know what I'm saying.
That's right.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what my calling in life is right now. I just let that kind of play out on itself.
Gotcha.
No, I'm obviously spending $50,000 because I have no idea what I want to do. Hashtag sarcasm. Hashtag actually I'm going to be a pastor. Hashtag long hashtags.
Well, if you want to be a pastor, you should be a divinity student like I am.
Not a divinity?
Fuck. Not divinity, no, divinity.
Gotcha.
Because I'm so divine and all that.
Divin.
No, no, I wouldn't call it.
I love the way that worked out.
I know, right? 'Cause that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Succotash. That's what that bullshit's called.
What?
The podcast. It's called. Yeah, it's called Succotash.
I thought you were saying you were aspiring to be succotash.
No, the podcast.
And I was like, you do you, follow your star. Let your heart light shine.
That's awesome.
No. I remembered the podcast. But no, my calling in life, I wouldn't really call it a calling in life, but I'm gonna stick out with the career I have until it falls through and I have to do something else.
Commendable.
I know, right? Because eventually everything falls apart. So yeah, I'll just play it by ear. Last one. What do you hate most about the dating process? Tell me so I can avoid it.
Breaking the ice.
Yeah.
First date questions.
I am not well, I guess I can't say I'm not a fan, but the one thing that I hate most is like at the end of the first date when you have to figure out if, you should go in for a kiss or don't go in for a kiss and shit like that. I've never had much luck with that. But I can get into that when we get into our personal stories and shit like that, because it's like talking about first dates, I only want to talk about the ones like when we're like adults. I don't want to talk about, being like 12 years old and my mom dropping me and my girlfriend, air quotes, if you will, to Tony's Pizza to enjoy pizza. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about, the other ones, just the adult ones. Being an adult, having a girlfriend, and all that shit.
Wow. You're limiting me to exactly one relationship I can talk about.
Well, I'm just saying for me. I'm saying for me, I'm not going to talk about it because.
Oh, it's fine. I don't really.
Because
care.
it in reality of everything, like if you were to count every like childish relationship and everything, I am such a ladies' man. There's too many to count. But being reality that you don't have to have a curfew or being told what to do and get off the phone. It's 10 o'clock and shit like that. When you narrow it down, there have been three serious relationships I've been in. One was in high school, and it was never really a first date. It was just, being at school and shit like that. And I did have a car at the time, so, we hung out, we did shit. But I realized that I never took her on a date. I never did. All we did is we started dating, we hung out at my house, we watched TV, she would do things. While I'm watching TV...
What kind of things?
Yeah.
Mostly Parcheesi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a lot of reading, if you will, thumbing through the pages. So yeah, she's quite the novel, I'll tell you that much. But we never actually really did anything, and I guess that was kind of like a shitty relationship, especially on my end, because I never wanted to be a person like that. I always wanted to have that relationship, something real, something meaningful, something that could go, further in life. And maybe that's goofy, being 17 years old and thinking that, but that's my mind. That's been my mindset my whole life. I was like, I don't want to, fool around with women. I mean, obviously that changed because, I've stuck things in places that shouldn't be stuck. But my first real first date, was with my girlfriend when I was about like 20 years old. Everything before that was just fun and goofing around. My real first date ended up being me getting drunk at a barn party. I don't know if you ever remember like Kate Simpson's house. I guess I shouldn't say her last name, but it don't matter. But Joe, you've been out to Kate's
Yes, I
house,
remember.
right? Okay,
I have.
Colin, you've been there. I remember that. You banshee.
Banshee.
So, yeah, you're a banshee. You freaked out off your locos, man.
My 4 locos.
Yeah, what did you have, like 3 or 4
I
of
don't
those?
remember.
Yeah, there was a
Bro,
lot.
all I
Yeah, you
remember
went
is
crazy.
waking up in your
God.
living room with a trash can on my head.
I just remember that.
Oh.
I just remember like 3 people had to go with you to pee because they were worried like something would happen to you. And then like you start peeing like this open wire or some shit. Luckily it wasn't attached to anything, but
I wasn't around.
Anyway, so my first date, I met her on a dating website. It was OkCupid. And we talked for like maybe like a couple weeks, and then eventually I just asked if she wanted to hang out and do something, and she said yeah. We ended up. I don't know why. I don't know how. I thought this was a good idea, but I was like, I'm going to a party tonight. Do you want to come with? And she said yeah. She pulled up. First thing she did is park in front of a fire hydrant. And the courteous thing I could do is go out and like, hey, just so you know, you can't park there. There's a fire hydrant. And the moment I knew I liked her is when she looked at me and said, it's all right, I'm a volunteer firefighter. Yeah. To quote a great Will Ferrell movie, Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. And so she moves her car, she comes in, and Carl, stepdad Carl, your dad Carl, Joe, is in there looking at the shotgun I just purchased. So this woman pulls up to a house, gets told she can't park where she parked, comes in and sees like 5 guys talking about guns and holding shotguns. So, and she stuck around. So we get in my car, we go out to this party, we're drinking and everything. I just turned 21 maybe like 3 weeks ago. So I was 21, she was 20. And everyone else at the party was like 19, 20 years old. So I was the adult that got the beer. And I was too drunk to drive to get the beer, so my date ended up driving for me. So
Epic.
yeah, so instant keeper at this point. So we go to the place and everything. We get the beer. We go up to the counter, and the guy asked me for my ID. And the only thing I remember is saying like, "Here's mine," but she doesn't have one. And he kind of looks at me, looks at her. She kind of looks away, and he's like, "I only need the one." And I'm like, "That's perfect, because she doesn't have one." So,
Wow.
So I pay for the beer. We're walking out. I say out loud, like, "Thank God he didn't encourage you," right? As we're leaving. We get back to the party. We keep drinking. She starts getting a little buzzed and everything to the point where we ain't gonna get back to my house to get to her car either, because she lived like at that point like 30 miles away. And the last thing I'm gonna do is have somebody drink and drive, let alone something that's my responsibility at that point.
Right.
Um,
Well, she doesn't even have her ID on her.
she might have. I don't know.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah. I don't actually think about it now. I don't think she had her license on her 'cause I think she left her purse in her car because she didn't want to take it with her, which was crazy because later on into our relationship, because we dated for like a year and a half, but later on into our relationship, we talked about our first date. And she said that she had an out to where if she was to text her friend Cupcakes, then she would call her for an emergency that she would have to leave instantly. And I told her, I'm like, what were you going to do if I was drunk and couldn't take you back to your car when you said Cupcake? She's like, I would have to tell my friend to come get me. It's like, whatever. So, anywho, she had no idea where we were at either, so good luck with that. This is probably like probably not a good first date, but it was a great first date, I'll be honest with you. We ended up passing out in Kate's living room, sleeping on the couch. She fell asleep right on top of me, so I realized she snored right off the bat. And
It's a good way to find out,
yeah,
I suppose.
and then some point during the middle of the night, she rolled off of me onto the ground and woke up, went to breakfast at McDonald's. She got a parfait. I got a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. And our second date started after I got back to my mom's house, took a shower, and then I hung out with her the rest of the day.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my real first date.
Wow. Dang.
I know, right?
It's a lot of detail.
Who's following that?
I don't even remember the first date. Oh no, wait, I do. I do remember one first date. Nothing exciting or special.
No, but if you're gonna talk about the first date with your last girlfriend, you gotta talk about how the fact that you're up like 18 hours before that.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It was actually with you, Travis. Not the date, but that's who I was with beforehand.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I was working at my last job where Travis works, and I was talking with a girl that I met online, and well, we decided to meet on I think it was Saturday, so Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember what day of the week it was, but so we had set this day out for doing it, and then Carl's like, "Hey, I got a job for you," because I was still on the clock. But it was like it was going to go onto my off days, I think, right, Travis?
Yeah, your date was your first day off, and our first day off didn't happen until 5 a.m. that day.
Yeah. Well, Carl's like, I got a job for you. It's going to go into your off day, but if you'd like to take it, you can. All it was, I had to go and pick up a sample from a guy. It was crashed barges. And all it was sample of salt water. And I guess one of the barges was carrying salt water. And then ended up having to go and... So this is in Illinois. And then, we had to leave at like 2 or 3 in the morning to drive all the way to the north end of Michigan. Yeah.
Jeez.
To drive back. That same day. So, and then my first date, and then we got back like an hour before I had to go. And I just met her down towards where she lives at Culver's. And she was nervous. You could tell she was like nervous about meeting anybody online. I mean, it's nerve-wracking to do. I mean, if you don't know them, so.
Right. Well, she might have gone on a date with a guy who put his nutsack on someone's knee. She didn't know
that. That's true. But it ended up going well. She had to go to work afterwards, and then I went back home. But it also happened
Nice.
to be like the second day of my first credit card. So I used my credit card for the first time right in Moni, filled up on gas, and then obviously me and Travis took our long early trip up to Michigan, and I had to fill up on gas. Well, I went to go get gas, and the brand new credit card was declined. So, needless to say, luckily I had a debit card on me I could use. So, but
right.
But I mean, like at the same time, it's like, it's a good thing, that they did that, because the only reason they did that is because you did it in Moni, and then like some hours later you're doing it in Michigan.
It was.
But it's one of those things, because that happened to me before when I had to drive samples up to Wisconsin, and I had to get gas, and my card got declined, and that was my debit card that they were declining. So it was the only card I had. So I had to call the bank and everything, like, hey, why is my card declining? And it's like, well, where are you? And I'm like, Clearbrook, or not Clearbrook, Minnesota. I was up by I forgot what it's called, but it's like a dessert or some shit up in Wisconsin. It's like by the Dells. I can't remember the town. I was like, I'm up here, like, oh, okay, that's why. So it's nice that they do that shit, but then pretty much when you tell them, oh, my job involves me traveling, pretty much your card's fucked at that point.
Yeah. Unless you tell them otherwise.
Yeah.
Better not ever get stolen. Gotcha. Man, you guys remember a lot more detail than I remember.
Well, when keep in mind. That's like my first like real date with somebody I was with for a year and a half. I mean, like you and your wife have been together for half a decade. You got so many.
A little longer than that.
So many memories and everything. But you gotta remember the first date, though, right? Now is she staring at you from a dark room?
No, now she's left the room that she was originally in, and I think she's gone
lurking.
to bed.
She's lurking in the shadows.
Probably. Gonna get stabbed with a fork. Probably not. No, we had so we started dating when we were freshmen in college, and months before we started dating, we were really good friends, and we spent a lot of time just walking around campus and hanging out and stuff. But I think our first official date, we went to this Italian restaurant in Lafayette, Indiana called Spaghetti's, and had a really nice dinner and came back from that, and I think we may have made out a little bit in the car. And then the next morning I was at work and I was like, hey, so are we a thing now, or what the hell is going on? And from then on, we've been together officially. It was January 19th of 2010.
Nice.
At 10:30 in the morning.
Nice.
So. Yeah. So, see, I remember the date and the time better than I remember the actual events.
That's good, yeah, because that's...
Oh, hold on. I'm getting yelled at from the other room.
Oh.
I wasn't getting yelled at. She was telling me it was a Tuesday because she remembered it was a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what day my date was. I know that we started dating on June 16th, and I know it was like, I want to say it was like 2 weeks before that when we made it like official. So it had to be close to Memorial Day. I think our first date was, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like my like I said, like I only went on like 2 real first dates, and that was my first one. My other one was like an adult date where I made reservations at a restaurant and we sat down. She had like a what do you think I split? What?
Just that could have gone an entirely different direction when you say it was an adult date.
Oh, a grown up date. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No. Was it? I
no.
wasn't. What, you talking about porn?
I get it. No, I thought maybe you guys had like booked a thing at like a swingers club. Or,
Swingers club. Yeah.
I don't know what adults do.
Yeah, I took a girl on the first date to a swingers club, and no.
It was really sweet. It was a soft swap.
Yeah.
I shouldn't know these things.
No, it was a really grown up date. I got reservations at a restaurant. I met her there. She had wine. I had beer. We ate pasta with forks. Very grown up. But to
Nice.
and I know we're right out of time, but to talk about this real quick, my biggest problem with trying to figure out the whole kiss at the end of the night. Now, on my first date, there's like a 60% chance that the kiss I thought I had was real. Really fucked up, can't remember. The second date is like we literally like we met up at like 7 o'clock because she wanted to meet early just in case it was total bust or whatever. We got done with dinner like around 8:30. She didn't want to get back home because she was a single mom. She never gets out and got a lot of to go doing anything. So we just drove around. And, like we literally drove around for like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, somewhere in between there, just bullshit. Which it kind of bothered me because I was driving the Lincoln Navigator at that time. We got like 12 to 13 miles a gallon.
God.
Oh yeah.
But that's the first time I ever like that was the first date I ever had like Starbucks or not Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Like we were driving around, she's like, "Do you want to get some coffee?" I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, why not?" So we went and got coffee, and it was amazing. But at the end of the day, when I brought her back to her car, she's like, "So do you want to kiss or?" I'm like, "Wait, no, it's nice that you asked. I mean, we could talk about it, kind of figure it out, because now I just want to make this as weird as possible." It's like what kind of kiss you talking about? Like, are we going like kind of tongue? We're not going tongue. We just pecking. What are we going with here? She's like, well, I want to see if we have any kind of connection. So I'm like, oh. So I literally just open mouth kissed her, and it was weird because her mouth was not open.
Oh,
That
would be weird.
It was goofy at first because she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't know what to do." But then we kind of like worked it out, figured it out. We kissed like grown-ups kiss and shit like that. Yeah,
Nice.
It was weird.
And some Icona pop playing in the background. Yeah.
Something like that. Discovery Channel by the Bloodhound Gang was playing in the background, and I am not making that up. I swear to my God, because we're listening to my fucking iPod, and it was just on shuffle, and halfway through the kiss, all of a sudden you just hear it, "What, baby, sweat, baby, sex is strong," and I'm like, just keep going with it. Don't laugh, don't fuck this up, and it didn't fuck it up.
Nice.
Oh man, I'd have laughed. Good on you. Good on you and your self control.
I think the biggest thing was it was like, and this is weird because, me and my one girlfriend we broke up, and this was like my first real date that I set up like 6 months later after we broke up. I set up to go on a date with this girl in October. I ended up getting bronchitis, and we couldn't go on a date until like middle of December. Like something happened to her. Like it was a month and a half before we actually met. I was like, you know what? It was almost a year between the time me and my ex broke up, and I was going on this date. I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck this up. There's no fucking way. That's why I got the reservations for the nice restaurant close to her house. So, it was what it was. And she lives, I think, she lives up by you and shit too. Now that I think, she lives like, I'm not gonna mention where you live or where she lives, but it's up there. Yeah, and I drove that shit. I committed. She didn't. Fuck her. Anyone? Anything else about you guys' personal relationships, lives you want to share?
No.
Not terribly.
No. You faggots. Okay, Joe.
Yes.
Every Thursday, our listeners can catch Geekcast Joe here on this freaking show. But if they gotta get some more Geekcast Joe, where can they go?
If you need some more Geekcast Joe in your life, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to cut it
it.
down today. I actually thought about taking a beat and then doing like also on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I just completely forgot what I was gonna fucking say. I fucking plug the same shit every fucking week, and I fucking blank out what I'm gonna fucking say. Anyways, this what happens when it's 11 o'clock at night and shit. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'll wake up here. Ladies and gentlemen, you could find us at thisfreakinshow.com. When you go there, you can find a link to Podbean where you can find all our shows. If you don't like Podbean, we are now on Stitcher. So you just go to Stitcher, you can search This Freaking Show. We will pop up for your musical listening podcast enjoyment. We're on iTunes. You can go there, check us out there. While you're there, you give us a 5-star rating and give us a review. You know, talk about why you like us. If you don't like us, keep that shit to yourself. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook just by searching This Freaking Show. If you want to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of us through thisfreakinshow at yahoo.com or through the contact section of our website. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
Thank you for listening to another wonderful podcast of This Freaking Show. I'm out.